Dive into the mysterious world of electromagnetic radiation, or EM radiation as it's commonly known. This invisible force surrounds us, permeating our everyday lives, emitted from both natural and man-made sources. Picture the warmth of the sun on your skin, that's EM radiation. Or consider your microwave heating up last night's leftovers, again, that's EM radiation at work. It's a spectrum, a vast and varied continuum of energy that includes radio waves, used for broadcasting your favorite tunes, microwaves, which heat your food, infrared, often used in remote controls, visible light, which allows us to see the world around us, ultraviolet, responsible for those summer tans, X-rays, helping doctors see inside our bodies, and gamma rays, the most energetic rays in the universe. Each type of EM radiation has its unique properties and uses. So, now that we have a basic understanding of EM radiation, let's explore its effects on living things and the environment. EM radiation is like an invisible companion, always around us. But how does it affect living organisms? Let's delve into this fascinating topic. When we think of EM radiation, it's easy to jump to the dangerous stuff. You know, the X-rays, gamma rays, the types of radiation with high energy levels that can damage living tissue. But EM radiation isn't all bad news. In fact, certain levels can be beneficial to us. Take ultraviolet or UV radiation, for instance. It plays a crucial role in the production of vitamin D in our bodies. This vitamin is essential for maintaining healthy bones and teeth. But as with most things in life, balance is key. Too much of a good thing can become harmful, and this applies to UV radiation too. Overexposure can lead to skin cancer and eye diseases. Moderation and protection, therefore, are our best allies. But we're not the only ones interacting with UV radiation. Bees, for example, have a superpower we lack. They can see UV light. They use this ability for navigation, finding nectar and pollen in flowers that we humans simply can't see. It's like they have their own secret UV map of the world. Now, let's shift gears to the high-energy end of the spectrum. X-rays and gamma rays, while incredibly useful in medicine for imaging and cancer treatment, can be detrimental in high doses. These types of radiation can cause damage to living cells, leading to illnesses like cancer. As we navigate our world, we are perpetually interacting with EM radiation. It helps us in many ways, from producing essential vitamins to providing tools for medical diagnoses. Yet, we also need to be aware of its potential dangers. Overexposure or exposure to high-energy radiation can lead to serious health problems. As we can see, EM radiation can have both beneficial and harmful effects on living organisms, depending on its type and intensity. Not just living creatures, even our environment interacts with electromagnetic radiation in fascinating ways. Let's take a trip to your local park, a lush green space teeming with plant life. Those plants are engaging in a process called photosynthesis, and it's here that electromagnetic radiation, particularly visible light, plays a pivotal role. During photosynthesis, plants absorb light and convert it into energy, which fuels their growth and the production of oxygen. Without the visible light part of the electromagnetic spectrum, photosynthesis wouldn't occur, and our world would look starkly different. However, not all interactions between the environment and electromagnetic radiation are beneficial. Let's consider ultraviolet or UV radiation. While it's true that a certain amount of UV radiation is necessary for processes like the production of vitamin D in humans, too much of it can have damaging effects. Excess UV radiation can harm plant life, impeding photosynthesis and causing damage to plant tissues. It can also affect marine ecosystems by reducing the amount of light that penetrates the water surface, affecting the growth of phytoplankton, the base of the marine food chain. When we think about the broader environment, we also have to consider the impact of man-made sources of electromagnetic radiation. These sources, like cell towers and Wi-Fi routers, emit non-ionizing radiation. While the scientific community is still researching the long-term effects of these technologies, it's clear that we need to approach their use with caution and mindfulness. And let's not forget about ionizing radiation, such as X-rays and gamma rays. These are high-energy waves that can cause significant environmental damage, including genetic mutations in both plants and animals. While this type of radiation is less common, It's a significant concern in areas near nuclear power plants or waste disposal sites. Clearly, electromagnetic radiation plays a significant role in the environment, for better or worse. Recognizing this interplay and understanding the potential impacts of different types of radiation are key steps in protecting our environment and the diverse life it supports. The relationship between EM radiation, living things, and the environment is a delicate balance. It's a bit like walking a tightrope. On one hand, EM radiation is essential for life as we know it. It powers photosynthesis in plants, helps us see the world around us, and even makes our smartphones and Wi-Fi networks work. But on the other hand, too much of certain types of EM radiation can be harmful. It can cause health problems in humans and other living creatures, and can even damage the environment. Human activities, like the use of certain technologies, can tip this balance and lead to the excessive release of harmful EM radiation. As we continue to harness the power of EM radiation for our needs, it's crucial to remember this balancing act. As we move forward, let's be mindful of the potential impacts of EM radiation on us and the world we live in. Before we wrap up, let's quickly revisit what we've learned today about EM radiation. We started off by delving into the intriguing world of electromagnetic radiation, getting a grip on its nature and the vast spectrum it encompasses. We then explored how EM radiation interacts with living organisms. From the beneficial aspects such as vitamin D synthesis from sunlight, to the potential hazards of prolonged exposure, we've seen how integral this invisible force is to life as we know it. Next, we ventured into the broader environmental impacts of EM radiation, understanding its role in climate change and the health of our ecosystems. And finally, we discussed the delicate balancing act we face in harnessing the power of EM radiation, while mitigating its potential risks. Thank you for joining us on this enlightening journey into the world of EM radiation. And remember, knowledge is the first step towards responsible action.